Welcome to Gloria's Gab Live. I am very excited today because I have Alan Johnson with me today, and Alan is the music and program director at the Frost Opera Theater, uh, and uh, and we're going to learn all about a great opera that's coming up that I can't wait to tell you about. And actually looking forward to going to it. But before we start, I need to thank my show sponsor, South Florida PBS. If you're not a member, you should be. Um, you get a magazine every month that tells you everything that's happening. They have a great, it's called Go Between the Covers podcast. That's has started last week, and every week they have a different author that comes on. And so if you love to read like I do, you can go on these podcasts and hear about this. Next one is The First to Lie by Hank Felipe Ryan, and it's a psychological thriller, but new one every time. So the other thing is they have allhealthtv.com, great place to get some free information on medical information you want to know about. You just you can share with them what you need to know, and you can get an answer. Anyway, so Alan, Il Pardo. No, I said it wrong. Gatto Pardo.
Il Gatto Pardo.
Il Gatto Pardo.
Yes.
An Italian opera.
Mm-hmm. It's an American opera based on an Italian novel, and we are going to be giving the world premiere of this opera on March 5th and 6th.
And this is so exciting.
It's very exciting
to do world premiere. So tell us a little bit about the story, because I'm sure a lot of people don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
The story dates from late 1950s by an Italian author, Giuseppe Tomasi di Lampedusa.
There's a mouthful.
And he wrote this novel, and it was published posthumously, and it became one of the all-time, some years ago it was named one of the top 10 Italian novels of all time.
Really?
Yeah, can you imagine? And it was later, a few years later, adapted into a very famous film that starred Burt Lancaster, Italian actress Claudia Cardinale, and took numerous prizes, as did the novel. Yeah. First place at the Cannes Festival, Palme d'Or, and the film was re-released not too long ago in a restored version by Martin Scorsese.
I know, I saw that online. Yeah.
And I'll just say right now that we have arranged for this film to be screened at the Coral Gables Art Cinema on Sunday, February 27th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. It's about a 3-hour film. It's a beautiful, magnificent, opulent film in this restored version of Martin Scorsese. But the opera was written by New York composer Michael Delara, and a very well-known writer, critic, poet, essayist, whose name was J.D. McClatchy. Mm-hmm. And this was their third opera collaboration. J.D. McClatchy passed away just as this opera was being completed.
I know.
So he did not get a chance to hear it.
Yeah.
And the opera takes place in the years 1860 and after. And this is the time of the a change in the political system in Italy, where it came from the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies into the United Italy as we know it. It was a period in history called the Risorgimento, and there were rebels led by a man named Garibaldi and the Red Shirts. That was a civil war of sorts that overthrew the kingdom and the king system, and became a unified Italy. The story takes place in Sicily, and the Prince Fabrizio is caught in this big change and has to either adapt to it or not. And in order to save his family lineage and move forward in a new way, he has had to adapt to this new system. And his daughter, he has a number of children, and one of the daughters, Conchetta, is in love with another nephew, but the prince gives approval for his adopted nephew, Tancredi, to marry the newly elected mayor in this town of Donafugata, and that enables him to bridge this new political system.
Oh, okay.
So there's love story in it. There's political intrigue, and the change from in a very opulent life that is facing decay, and
Right.
how to best save what has been a long family system.
Yeah. So it's a great story.
It's a wonderful story. It's a
Yeah.
great story.
And you've got some amazing people
We do.
that you're bringing
Yep.
from Met.
mhm.
So tell us
Yep.
about some of the performance. Actually, we had some stage. We have some. If you want to just bring up some of the pictures that we sent. This is like, and this is the photo in the back there is the.
So what you're looking at right here
Fabrizio?
is, these are stage designs created by Cameron Anderson, our set designer. We're going to be performing this opera at the South Miami-Dade Cultural Arts Center in Cutler Bay.
Which I've never been to before. So
Well, now you will
yeah,
be.
I know. Yeah.
And this is the very first time that Frost Opera Theater, during my time at the university, and I think ever, has gone off campus to perform in a beautiful theatrical venue.
Yeah.
So we are going there, and it allows us to. We've always done rather stunning creative work in Gusman Concert Hall at the University of Miami, in a very theatrical way. But now we're walking into a real theater with the lighting systems, the set systems, the orchestra pit. And so these designs were created by Cameron. It will be quite beautiful. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's great. And the Opera Theater is performing this with the orchestra.
Yes, with the
So
Frost
you've got a
Symphony Orchestra.
full orchestra.
And you mentioned the people involved. Maestro Gerard Schwartz, who has joined our faculty, will be conducting this world premiere. I am the music director of the opera. I typically conduct all of the performances when we are at the University of Miami. This being a world premiere, and Maestro Schwartz hasn't had a chance to conduct opera yet, and this seems to be the perfect vehicle for him to lead this world premiere.
Right.
The production is directed by my colleague, stage director Jeffrey Buckman, who has a wonderful career outside of the university, and of course within. He just recently directed Streetcar Named Desire for Florida Grand Opera.
Oh, right.
He directs regularly there, and he's leaving soon to go and direct in Philadelphia. He directs all over the place.
Right.
And yes, performers, we have an incredible faculty at the at the Frost School of Music in the Department of Vocal Performance, and we have amazing students from freshmen on up to doctoral students, and all of the students will be appearing in this production.
Is that right?
In,
What a great
in
opportunity.
various principal, secondary, tertiary roles, chorus, non-singing roles, acting roles, and but they have the chance to work with our faculty. So singing the lead role of Prince Fabrizio is Kim Josephson, baritone on our faculty, who has sung 200 to 300 performances at the Metropolitan Opera.
Right.
Robin Redman, mezzo-soprano on our faculty, also has sung at the Metropolitan Opera, New York City Opera, all around the world. And Frank Ragsdale, the chair of the voice department, is singing in this. and a former faculty voice member, Kevin Short, is returning to sing in this production, and he just recently sang Porgy in Porgy and Bess at the Metropolitan Opera.
Oh, wow.
So all of our students are in the rehearsal hall now as we speak, every day, um, uh, working with our voice faculty, and it's an incredible experience for all of us, and a rare one to have faculty and students working together on an opera. Yeah.
Yeah. What an amazing opportunity
Yeah.
for them. Very few schools can provide what University of Miami provides
Yes,
in
and
that regard.
absolutely. And to that, we have to thank Dean Shelley Berg for
Right.
encouraging us to pursue this very exciting project and go off campus. And we are very indebted to him.
I know, it's very, very, very exciting.
Yeah.
So we're talking about how big the School of Music is.
Yeah.
There are so many departments.
There are. Yeah.
You know, and how many degrees do you think you get? I mean, because they're almost very specialized, and they almost have to be.
Yes, and the University of Miami has the Frost School of Music has always been a leader in having very progressive programs.
Mhm.
I was a student there.
We were talking about that many years ago.
Many years ago, I have a degree in piano performance there, and at the time there were some of the first music therapy programs in the United States, music engineering. Before it was called music business, it was called music merchandising. The jazz program has always been leading jazz program in the country.
Well, with Shelley Berg.
It's an extraordinary school and is always changing with the times to adapt with new programs going forward for the future of music.
Yeah. So, do you have anything? I mean, after this, do you have anything on the drawing board coming up?
Oh, after this, right now, this is all consuming. Right
I would
now.
think it would be.
Yeah,
yes.
We've been thinking about this, for the last 2 years. Actually, is when we first formulated the idea of doing this project, and we would have done it earlier had it not been for COVID and the
Who provides, or do you have a department that does the costuming?
No, we don't. So
and how do you do
so
that?
at Frost Opera Theater, we engage outside artists to assist us, costume designers, set designers. We don't have an in-house production system. So the set is being built and shipped here.
Oh, really?
The set designer is actually resides in New York and will be coming down here for the first time. But all of this was done, of course, through Zoom. And our lighting designer is the lighting director for New York City Ballet, John Cuff.
Really?
Wow. Emily Malin is the makeup and wig mistress. And so, we don't have them here full time, but
it's more efficient that
we
way.
engage them. Yes, it is more efficient, and we engage them for productions.
Yeah,
and costume designer has done many things here, including at Florida Grand Opera. Camilla Haith.
Right.
Yeah.
So I was telling you, I have coming up on my show, at Rigoletto.
Right.
They're performing. So I've got some singers coming up in a few weeks. That'll be fun.
Yeah, and I just have to reiterate how amazing it is to have Maestro Gerard Schwartz conducting this. You probably are familiar with his long and great career, and we are so fortunate to have him at the Frost School of Music and leading all of the 38 members of the orchestra in this production.
We were talking about one of your we're talking about Sandra Lopez.
Yes, my colleague
O'Neill. Longtime friends. So you've got some fabulous people on that faculty.
We do.
How does one buy tickets, first of all? and
Mhm.
are they, you know, are they sold out, or how many days is it
Mhm.
running?
Yeah, there.
2 days,
Yeah,
right?
2 days, and March 5th and 6th, which is a Saturday and Sunday. And
Mhm.
we decided to do two matinee performances rather than an evening performance. It's at the South Miami-Dade Cultural Arts Center in Cutler Bay.
Yeah.
So from here, where we are right now in South Miami, it's without traffic is about a 20-minute drive to the
And it's
theater.
on a
Yeah,
Saturday, right?
Saturday,
Yeah,
March
so don't
5th.
be in traffic.
Yeah,
Not too
so we
bad.
we
Yeah.
chose to have performances in the mid-afternoon rather than the evening, given traffic considerations.
That's
And
smart.
yeah, and the students are in school Monday through Friday as well, and um, they have a lot on their plates, and by doing two matinee performances, it's really best
It's-
for the audiences, best for the students, and
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think sometimes people forget that
Yeah.
students have to study.
Yeah, and they
They
study
have other
hard.
things other
They
than,
they
yeah.
work hard.
Yeah.
And uh, tickets can be bought at the only through the South Miami-Dade Cultural Arts Center website.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
Okay.
so if they go to the website, you'll see March 5th and 6th, then you can buy tickets. They are very reasonably priced.
And do you
And
have like student prices and that kind of stuff?
there are some discounts for students,
Uh-huh.
yes. But it's very reasonably priced. There's a orchestra level and two balconies, and the prices are very, very, very good.
Good.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
we want to
great.
see you there.
Okay. You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, March. Yeah, I think I'm free.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And then we've got the Florida Grant, and then Rigoletto is coming up. So it was like,
Yeah.
you're not involved in that, huh?
No, I'm not involved with
Yeah.
Rigoletto.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So,
Rigoletto was one of the first operas that I ever saw, and I actually saw it when I was an 18-year-old, a 17-year-old, at the West Palm Beach Auditorium,
is that right?
which preceded the Kravis Center. And yeah.
Yeah. So tell me about yourself.
Uh-huh.
You went to the University of Miami.
Yeah.
But you've got a place in New York.
Yes.
So you've got
Yes. I
keep in touch with people there.
I studied at the University of Miami with not only a teacher but a real mentor, Ivan Davis, who was an artist in residence and on the faculty for more than 40 years. Just an amazing person. And after I studied with Ivan, I decided I was actually playing piano and working with singers and choral program and composition all during my studies, 18 to 22. And I loved opera so much that I went on, and singers, that I went on to the University of Illinois in Urbana, Illinois, and I
really?
studied there with one of the most famous accompanists to opera singers and art song singers in the world, who became my mentor, and it was almost like an apprenticeship. A man named John Wussman, and John Wussman was the pianist for Luciano Pavarotti, among many, many, many others. And I studied with John Wussman. I worked at Minnesota Opera right after college, and then I moved straight to New York, and I resided there since 1986, and joined the faculty at the University of Miami in 2006. And I keep a home there, and I go back and forth, and I have the opportunity to meet people like Michael Delera, the composer who resides in New York. And so we have kind of a pipeline of great connections to New York City.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how often do you get back?
I go back quite well. I go back. I'm there in the summertime, winter break.
That's right.
And I have
you have to teach.
Yeah, I have to teach. It's a 14-week semester plus weeks in front and back of that.
And what do you teach?
I direct the opera program, so I'm the
Right.
music director of the opera program, and I also coach or work privately with all the vocal performance majors. They have time with me where they come in and work on their repertoire, and I play for them and I coach them along with my colleague Jeffrey Buckman. I teach a class. Right now I'm teaching art song literature. I teach other classes. So
No grass growing under your feet.
no. No. Yeah.
That's great. So, how do you compare what the University of Miami is doing as opposed to, say, a Juilliard or whatever? And do you interact with those other?
Um, we do interact, and again, because I many of my colleagues from from New York, I have brought down here. We have had people from the Juilliard School come down. We've done workshops of new operas that have had the stage director from Juilliard Opera come down. Um, yeah, we have all of us in the Department of Vocal Performance have colleagues around the country, and they come here and work with our students.
What a blessing that is, huh?
Yeah, and compared to what we are doing and what Juilliard is doing, Juilliard is a conservatory. Frost School of Music is part of a larger a university. So you would only study music at the Juilliard School,
Okay.
whereas our students here, especially undergraduates, are taking courses as a part of their curriculum outside of music.
Okay.
But the
Yeah, I
things,
never knew, actually, didn't understand that
yeah,
distinction.
yeah.
Yeah.
When students come here for graduate school to get a master's degree and a doctoral degree, they are studying music exclusively.
Exclusively,
very,
yeah.
very much like one would in a conservatory.
Right.
But the level of what we do and the artists with whom we work and our students get to work is at the same level as someone like Juilliard School.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But that's why I wondered if there was any kind of collaboration or
Yeah.
Or sharing of
Well, for instance,
faculty or
Kevin Short,
whatever.
who's coming down now to sing in this opera, who was on our faculty, and he is now teaching at the University of Maryland, but he's also teaching at Juilliard. And so he's coming down, and he's come down to give classes for us, and so yeah, we're connected in that way.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. So what else is happening at the University of Miami at the School of Music?
Oh, there's so many things, and I would say the best way to find out would be to go to the frost.miami.edu, the Frost School of Music.
They have a lot of concerts coming
There's a lot
up.
of concerts. There's an events tab on the website.
Yeah.
Tonight there is a concert, a Valentine's Day concert of Vivaldi's The Seasons.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
that's at Gusman, right?
That's in Gusman.
Yeah.
On
Can
Saturday.
you still get tickets to that? I wonder.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and you just go to.
Yeah, you'd go to the website and go to events and order tickets online. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Saturday night, the Frost Symphony Orchestra, conducted by Gerard Schwartz, gave their first concert of the spring semester, a beautiful concert on Saturday night with the orchestra. Yeah, there are student recitals, especially during the spring semester, at music making at the highest level, where they are presenting their degree recitals. Frost Opera Theater is giving, in addition to the Leopard on March 5th and 6th, we are collaborating with the new music ensemble, which is called Ensemble Ibis. Ibis is the
I know.
it's the mascot of the
yeah.
University of Miami. I saw Sebastian the Ibis handing out roses to
students today.
today.
No way.
Yeah,
How cute is that?
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And but in April 15th, we are collaborating with the Ensemble Ibis and presenting excerpts from operas by Anthony Davis, who is a composer who received the Pulitzer Prize in Music a year ago.
Wow.
And he is the Frost Distinguished Composer in Residence for this 22 calendar year. And so we're going to do some excerpts from some of his operas on that program. We just came back with Frost Opera Theater and from performing at the Bonnet House Museum and Gardens in Fort Lauderdale. We gave a program there.
Really?
Yeah, and we had 2 programs last fall, so we're busy.
Yeah. A lot of performances going on.
Yeah.
And I know that the Frost School is doing concerts with I I think with the Business Improvement District, Coral Gables,
Mm-hmm.
at that little park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Just we have 5 minutes.
okay, perfect. We'll make good use of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, right. So
Yes, there with all of the various departments, the instrumental concerts, the choral concerts, jazz, popular music. There's just an amazing breadth of music going on campus, off campus.
yeah, there and
Yeah.
well, and you've got it's such a great resource for our community
Oh
to
my God.
have you in our backyard
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
and just say, hey,
Yep.
what's going on?
Yeah.
I feel like a little culture today.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's very exciting about opera because opera brings all of that culture together. Here, it is a multidisciplinary art form that fuses, uh, visual design, lighting design,
Mhm.
singing, story, all in the service of storytelling with great music
Yeah.
and great writing
And great performers.
yeah. So I would
Yeah.
encourage your listeners and viewers to attend a major world premiere. This is
It's a big deal.
it's a big deal. It will go on to further productions, I'm sure. There has already been great national and international interest in this premiere. A lot of people are paying attention to this.
Will people be able to view it online? Is it being streamed at all?
It is not streamed live. No,
No, okay.
we stream all concerts at the Gusman Hall.
Yeah.
Are streamed live, but here at this venue, we will not be streaming live. We are recording it with a multiple Grammy award-winning recording company called Sound Mirror, who are coming down, and the 2 performances will be recorded live for future commercial release.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
potential is,
Mm-hmm.
if
Yeah.
you miss it live, you might be able to see it later.
Yeah.
But and that might be a good fundraiser. Put it up, pay to play.
Yeah.
So I want to thank you so much for coming
Thank you,
today.
Gloria. Nice to meet you.
Really, nice to meet you too. And thanks for we had a little delay this morning because we had a doubleheader this morning, but I'm so glad you could come. And I know you're taking time out of your work day to do that. So I'm glad we were able to fit into your schedule because you're a busy man.
You are too.
And and I want to thank once again South Florida PBS for sponsoring our show. I encourage you, if you are not a member, are you a member?
Yes.
Yes, of course you are. You have to be.
Yes.
Yeah. So you get one of these once a month.
Mhm.
Get one of those, and there's so many good things going on. Actually, I was watching it last night. I can't even tell you what I was watching because it's a blur.
And that's
but
Marian
it was
Anderson
before
on the cover.
Exactly,
The most
American
famous
Masters.
American opera singers of all time.
Exactly. There you go. Oh, and who would have thought? Just for you, I'm bringing this. So, so many great things going on, and So before the Super Bowl, I was checking out all the PBS stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but there's so many. There seems like there's so many channels all in a. It's not just one channel.
Mhm.
It's like WXCL and whatever. So you go around and you're going, I thought I was just on PBS, and this is a different program. So there's stuff going on all the time, but great programming. Again, thank you, South Florida PBS. Thank you, Alan, for coming and joining me today. And I hope everybody will go see Il Gatto Pardo.
Il Gatto Pardo, yes.
The Leopard.
Yep, the Leopard.
Opera premiering February.
March 5 and 6.
March. Oh, that was the one before. The show before. So, okay, here it is. Okay. And it's at the South Dade Cultural Arts Center. And that's a lovely venue, and you're going to love it. So thank you so much for coming today. See you next week. Have a great week, and happy Valentine's Day.